Thank you, dear viewers, for staying with us here in the daily debate. With us now is Dr. Moataz Abu Zeid, the Professor of Constitutional Law. Good evening, Dr. Abu Zeid. Thank you for joining us, sir. This is an African gathering hosted here by Egypt, discussing the importance of the culture of constitutionalization. Egypt, of course, has a long history when it comes to constitutional courts, and the aim is to, reflect a shared commitment to constitutional governance, judicial independence, and the rule of law, along with freedoms. And you take the mic, please.
Thank you, dear, for this introduction. And of course, the hosting of this conference this year is one of a long chain of activities related to the Constitutional Supreme Court here in Egypt, which was established in 1979. And of course, it constructed a certain school for the judicial system here in Egypt, especially in the frame of constitutional justice. Of course, they are ensuring the rights and freedoms of people, stability of the state of law, and of course modernizing all the legislations here in Egypt according to the new provisions of constitutional, which was settled in 2014 constitution. On the other hand, this activity can be considered as one of the new trends of the Supreme Constitutional Court here in Egypt, as one of the activities of what we can call the judicial diplomacy, which can build many bridges with many African countries, especially in the field of judicial and constitutional cooperation.
Dr. Abu Zeid, the central theme of the conference this year is strengthening the rule of law as a cornerstone of stable governance and sustainable development.
Yes, of course, it must be mentioned to talk about sustainable development and, of course, constructing of strong and stable institutions in every country. Firstly, it's one of the main purposes or goals of the sustainable development goals declared by the United Nations, and of course, Egypt put a very certain and clear strategy for achieving these goals, and of course, this will be achieved with collaboration with many African countries, and of course according to the lead role of Egypt for this African cooperation, they can be well deserved to organize this conference.
So if we say, Dr. Abu Zeid, that constitutional justice is not only a legal matter, but it's also a factor that influences political stability, economic development, and international relations across Africa. First of all, would you agree with that statement? And second of all, could you expand on it?
Yes, of course. It can be considered as a justice of jurists. Of course, they have a vision, they have a political dimension, they have a legal dimension, they have a social dimension. According to these evaluations, they can consider with the rules or the articles of the Constitution to align a certain unification for all rules or articles of laws produced by the Parliament. And of course, this was clear, for example, for the last constitutional amendment for the law of rent here in Egypt. Of course, the Constitutional Supreme Court had a great role to make the balance according to how to change this legislation, saving the rights of landlords and, of course, with the tenants. And according to this balance, they can put the road for the new legislations.
Dr. Abu Zeid, could you give us a brief a summary of Egypt's role historically in developing constitutional courts across Africa?
Yes, of course. Egypt was one of the very early countries that put its clear constitution with a very wide and very obvious remarks for this constitution.
1923?
1923, first written clear and complete constitution. Of course, it was one of the very successful rules rules here in Egypt, and it was followed by Constitution of 1930, which was against some interests here in Egypt. So it was it had a very short life, since about 5 years, and it was cancelled in 1935, and 1923 Constitution was returned back. And of course, according to the political changes happened by revolution in 1952, a new constitutional rules was settled in the declaration or constitutional declaration in 1953 after the revolution, and of course the constitution of 1956 and its amendment in 1964, and the sustainable constitution in 1971, which was the longest time for the Egyptian constitution till 1911. And after 1911, after
we grew up listening to
yes, of course. We made the new
1971.
Yes, of course, it was the longest constitution for application here in Egypt. After 2011, a new constitutional declaration was settled by the Supreme Military Council here in Egypt, and of course the Supreme Constitutional Court had a great role for supervising the referendum for this constitutional declaration. Then we had the declaration of 2012. Then it was amended, or it was stopped to be amended in 1213, and the new and current constitution in 2014. Yes,
right. Thank you for the chronology there.
Okay, thank you.
And Dr. Abu Zeid, how far such an event promotes a unified African approach to safeguarding constitutional principles, something of course which should lead to protecting freedoms and rights amongst other benefits?
Of course, according to the very different dimensions and environments, cultures of African country, but according to the constitutional judgment framework, it's very clear and it's unified for all countries. It is based upon the constitutional provisions or constitutional articles, safeguarding, as you said, the stability of the governance in every state, and of course protecting the rights and the freedoms of people. And on the other hand, it can follow up the modernizing of new legislations that can be produced or issued by the parliament, and how it must be compatible with the constitution, and of course it must be responsive for the needs or the expectations of people. And of course this stage is common between many countries, especially African countries, as we are all passing through the same economic, environmental, social challenges, of course, civil in each country, and so this event can help a lot for unifying these efforts for constitutional justice.
It will be on Saturday and Sunday, right?
Yes, Saturday and Sunday, 7 and 8 February. Yes.
Dr. Abu Zeid, now unfortunately we're running out of time, we only have 1 or 2 minutes left, but how might practical recommendations emerge from the conference that could contribute to advancing constitutional justice across Africa?
Yes, of course, according to the declared press conference today, they ensured that the Supreme Constitutional Courts and Councils ensuring their role about protecting human rights for citizens and of course the stability of the country, and on the other hand they shed light about new trends or new activities can be performed by constitutional courts and councils, like training for judges according to the new trends and using technology in justice framework, and on the other side the compatibility with the international agreements that can be applied or performed in every country or political system, and of course the usage of the new technology and new trends for the modernizing the constitutional justice framework in these courts or councils.
All right. With that note, Egypt is always at the heart of Africa.
Yes, of course.
And Egypt loves its continent.
Yes, of course.
Thank you very much, Dr. Moataz Abu Zeid, the professor of constitutional law. It's always a privilege to have you with us here on Nile TV International.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Abu Zeid. And thank you, dear viewers, for watching us. Please stay with Nile TV.